Hey guys, it's Femi Lambers, and today I'm going to show you how to get to $100,000 liquid as fast as possible. I'm well over that liquid, so I'm more than qualified to talk about this today. Done $100,000 on several deals, and I'll just start with this. If you don't have $100,000 liquid, you are missing out on so much opportunity in our world, right? So much opportunity for you to be traveling, for you to be investing, for you to be, I mean, you're missing out on so much access. And so you're in a place and time, if you're watching this video, where you can have $100,000 liquid in as little as 90 days. All you have to do is the work, right? And I'm going to show you exactly what it takes. I'm going to show you the protocol. If I went to complete zero today with the knowledge that I have, I'd be able to get back to $100,000 liquid and 10, 20, 30x just with this protocol right here. This doesn't require any special morning routines. It doesn't require any, like, I got to get up and take an ice bath in the morning. It doesn't require any of that. All it requires is these inputs. These are the main inputs that will take you from, let's say, $15,000, $20,000 to $100,000 liquid. This is not, I want to be very clear, this is not for someone who doesn't make any money. It's not for someone who is not, already doing well maybe in their career. I'm talking about liquid. You could be a person that makes 150, 170, $200,000 a year, but most people actually spend most of what they make, which is unfortunate. This is how you get to 100K liquid. And then on top of that, you're still making your income. So the top of the funnel is consistent marketing. For marketing, we send out direct mail and we send out SMS blast text messages. Many clients in the Landverse program have actually been doing very well by supplementing both. So sending out a certain amount of direct mail and then supplementing that mail with SMS blasts. That's actually worked very well because we're able to shorten the cash conversion cycles with the text messages and get deals in a lot faster. So that's been serving us extremely well by supplementing both. I've tested that in my business and also had some pretty crazy results just by doing both at the same time. So you can allocate your marketing budget towards both and supplement both. But either way, whether you choose to supplement just send direct mail or just text, you need to do it consistently. If you're not marketing consistently, you will not get any deals done. You have to keep the train rolling. And this is really the flywheel of $100,000 liquid. You got to keep all these things rolling. The other thing, too, you need to be able to regulate your emotions and you need to be stoic with these things. The land business is a very up and down business. One day you got a deal you can make $1 million on, the next day the deal is not going to happen anymore. And so you have to be able to stay consistent. It's really slow and steady wins the race. It's like the tortoise and the hare story. You got to be the tortoise. You have to be the tortoise if you're going to be successful in the land business, because again, it's a roller coaster. It goes up and down. You one day, like, here's the best results ever. The next day, it's not going to happen. One day it's the worst thing ever. The next day you can turn it around and it's the best thing ever. That's just the nature of business. But especially in my experience with the land business, I mean, it's up and down. And it's very cyclical. The land business is very cyclical. And so you have to understand that through all of this, you need to be able to be stoic through anything that might happen. Let's say title comes back and there's bad title in the deal and you have to work through it a little bit more, or a seller backs out, or you can't get that negotiation that you want, anything like that. Or you find out that there might be bodies buried on a property. I've had so many different crazy stories with this, so that, now I know they're just deals. You got to look at all these things as just deals. They're just problems that we have to solve. Now, when we solve the problems, we make a lot of money. And so there's no need to get super emotional about any one deal, because that'll just burn you out. If you start getting overly emotional about deals, you will get burned out. Trust, it's happened to me before where I've sat there and I'm like, okay, this deal, this deal. I'll tell you a story. I think maybe almost 4 years ago now, one of my first deals that I was getting ready to do, it was right before I got married. And it was a deal that we were gonna buy for $500,000 and resell on market for like $1.5 million. And the numbers checked out. The broker went and got photos, drone shots, full marketing package, everything like that. On the day of closing, I had the sister of the seller saying that they were going to sue my company because we wrongfully made the person an offer because she had dementia, which I had no idea of. And I remember being so excited. I was like, man, I'm about to make over $1 million on a land deal. This is great. This is fantastic. And then it didn't happen. And I got depressed after that, to be honest with you. And so I learned the hard way about regulating emotions. And since then, I've done several deals where I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars on. I've yet to do $1 million profit deal, but hopefully it's coming soon. But either way, we need to be able to regulate our emotions and be stoic, be calm through the chaos, because the land business can be chaotic. There are so many different moving pieces in this business. And if we're not stoic throughout all those moving pieces, we won't get to $100,000 liquid. We won't. We'll burn out. Your energy, your life force is very important when going through these things. And so if you can just stay neutral, level headed throughout your journey of talking to sellers, selecting markets, sending out your marketing, listing properties, if you just stay stoic throughout that stuff, you're going to be very successful. I'm at a point in my business where we consistently close deals. And when we close deals, when we can make $50,000 in a day, $100,000 in a day, it doesn't even matter to me anymore. I don't get excited. I'm not like, oh, hell yeah, let's go. It's just a deal. Just another deal. Let's just keep it rolling. I don't expect anything less. And so when you start making money, you should not expect anything less. If something goes wrong, then you're like, okay, I just need to fix this. How did this go wrong? You need to look at it from a tactical point of view, not from the point of view of, oh man, this is all going wrong and this doesn't work and all these things. That will never help you. Never. So be stoic and learn how to regulate your emotions. Now, this one is very important. You need to be on the phone for at least 4 hours a day. When I was starting my journey, I was on the phone for, way more than about double this. I was on the phone for 7, 8 hours a day, just trying to figure out sellers, just trying to figure out how to talk to different people based upon where they're from. I was obsessed with this. I was talking to people literally all over the country, all over the world, even. If you want to be really good at this, if you want to have $100,000 liquid as fast as possible, you need to be on the phone for at least 4 hours a day. It doesn't matter if the person said, I only want market price, I want $5 million, I only want this. You need to get the reps in. Talk to as many people as possible. The more people that you talk to in building your business, the better you'll become. This is the highest lever you can pull in building a multi 6-figure profit land flipping business and even a multi 7-figure profit land flipping business. This is how you do it, by talking to people, understanding people's motivations, understanding people's triggers, understanding how to negotiate with people at the right time. What follow-up process do I need to implement for this person? How do I frame this person versus that person? There's so many different types of people when it comes to this business that the more reps you get in, the more you're going to see what I'm talking about. And I'll even give you an example. We were on our meeting on Monday with my Landverse clients, and Vikram was actually telling me, hey, I thought that I wasn't going to get this deal, but I ended up getting it under contract anyways because I just kept talking to the seller, and now I'm about to get it under contract. I think he might have already gotten the contract as well. A deal where we'll probably make another $40,000 in profit. And so when you understand that all you have to do is talk to these people, your $100,000 is imminent. It really is. And I'm talking about 100K liquid here, right? This is what this video is about. You need to be on the phone with sellers, having anywhere from 15 to 20 conversations a week. The clients that I see having anywhere from 15 to 20 conversations a week, those are the clients that are doing the best. Those are the clients that are the top 1% earners. If you're a person that is not going to be willing to be on the phone for 4 hours a day, then there's no way you're going to get to $100,000 liquid within the next 90 days. There's no way at all. It won't happen. So you got to put the reps in. If you want the output, you need to put the inputs in. This is what I always focus on. I focus on the inputs. What do we need to do to get out a certain result, right? Just keep putting it in. Inputs, inputs, inputs. This is the biggest input you can ever put in your business, without a doubt. Selection is very important as well. I really want everyone to get away from doing these desert square lots and desert square deals where nobody is doing anything at all. Please get away from those deals, and please get away from the deals where you're making $5,000 and $10,000 thinking that those deals are going to be easier than the deal you make 30K from or more. Please get away from those. I'm going to tell you this. There are a select few of people that are doing larger deals consistently because everyone else thinks that the larger deals are harder to do when they're actually a lot easier to do than the smaller deals. So you need to be picking markets where properties are consistently selling for 250,000, 350,000, so on and so forth, and they're selling within 90 days. When you can consistently find markets like that, and there are tools like Land Insights that we use that tell you where these markets are. Like Land Insights will literally tell you where these markets are. You want to also make sure that in every market that you're in, the demand far outweighs the supply. I need at least 50% demand over the supply in order to go into that market. If I see properties that are lower priced selling for $70,000, $40,000, $20,000, and they're taking a long time to sell, I'm not going to go into that market. If I see that this market has a lot of really piss poor marketing, I'm not going to go into that market. I want to enter into premium markets consistently. That's how you get results. Like, you guys have heard me say I've sold properties in 24 hours. I've sold properties in a day, 2 days. I've done that multiple times. It's not luck. It's not luck. I've done it over and over and over again because of this, because I understand market selection and we talk to these sellers just because of those two things. Now, in order to take full advantage of your market selection, you need to cultivate local broker and realtor relationships. I currently have over 250 people, 250 brokers, land specific brokers in my Rolodex. And all these brokers I personally work with, and we've all made money together. And so when clients come into Landverse and they need a local broker or a local realtor, I'm able to give it to them. And then they can say, hey, Femi referred me. And then the broker and realtor wants to work with them because they worked with me. So this is what you get when you are a part of Landverse, because you're getting my years and years and years of relationship building and experience. So when we refer you to brokers and realtors, they want to work with you because they work with me and they had a great experience. So cultivating these relationships has been extremely important to my success, because I can have a broker walk a property. I can have them talk to surveyors. I mean, literally anything. They are an A player freelancer, basically. They do your marketing for you. They do everything for you when they're a good broker. And on top of that, they even do marketing to potential buyers before the property is even listed. This is how I'm able to get property offers on properties within hours. This is how I'm turning properties over in a few days. This is how we're doing that. And if you want to get $100,000 liquid ASAP, then your cash conversion cycles have to be short. You got to be entering in at 50K and exiting at $100,000 within 30 days. You got to be doing that consistently. All you need is 2 deals just like that, and you can make $100,000 liquid. That's it. And you need to break that math down. Okay, $100,000 in liquid, $100,000 liquid cash is only two $50,000 deals. And that's only two buy for 50, sell for hundreds. That's only two of those deals. You only need two to get $100,000 liquid. You can do that by talking on the phone for 4 hours a day, having anywhere from 15 to 20 conversations per week, having razor sharp market selection geared towards larger profit deals, and by cultivating local broker and realtor relationships. Your follow-up process is also incredibly important when getting deals closed. If you want to close deals consistently, if you want to get $100,000 liquid cash in the next 3 months, you need to be following up with sellers like your life absolutely depends on it. Like, follow up every day. Follow up, text, email. At Landverse, we've actually implemented a 30-day framing process for our sellers that really helps to build trust. You realize that if sellers are not calling you back, if they're not responding to you, is because they don't trust you, is because maybe they saw something that they didn't like. And so I always put that on myself. I'm like, okay, well, how do we continuously improve our framing process? How do we improve our seller experience? How do we improve that? Well, if I can show a seller deals that I've done, if I can show a seller people that I've helped, if I can show a seller some local testimonials, I've even got local testimonials from people that we've worked with. And if you can show them all these things, they're going to be more privy to work with you, more privy to answer your call. And so even if they're not, you got to follow up. You have to follow up, because you always have to remember, a lot of these sellers are not going to put you at the top of mind. They're getting a lot of texts, they're getting a lot of emails, they're getting a lot of mailers about this exact same property. And so you've got competition. How do you stand out amongst the rest? You stand out by following up consistently, by talking to them daily, texting them, sending them emails, who you worked with, how you can help them. That's how you follow up with a seller, and that's how you get deals done. You got to think about it like this. There are so many land investors as well that send out mail, send out text messages, and never actually have the conversation with the seller. There's so many people that are just scared to do it. And I can't believe that, like, you see all of these crazy results and you choose not to just do the work. That's crazy to me. You just have to do the work. Just follow up. Pick up the phone and call. Pick up the phone, call, have the conversation. Even if you're not good on the phone yet, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You get good on the phone by practicing. When I first started this, we didn't have things like the live sales and role play training that I have now. We didn't have that. That didn't exist. It was just me on the phone grinding it out. There were times that I got called the N word. There were times that I got called all types of out of my name, like ridiculously. And I did not care. You know why? Because I wanted to be a multimillionaire. I wanted to have millions of dollars liquid cash. And so I didn't care. All I cared about was my why. And now I'm able to do whatever I want, whenever I want, travel the world with my wife. I work for myself. I live my life by design. I genuinely, today, I can honestly say I lived the life that I dreamt about 4 years ago. I can honestly say that. And that is a beautiful thing. It's all because I picked up the phone and called and had conversations. So follow up with your sellers. Follow up like your life depends on it. Now, the last thing is to stop getting distracted by shiny things. If you're on YouTube, you're on social media, you're on Instagram, you're on TikTok, you're seeing all this stuff about TikTok shop and all these nonsensical things. First thing I want you to understand is that most of this stuff is revenue. So when you see these guys flexing these big numbers, a lot of it is revenue. The profit is like most of the time like 15%, even 10% of what the revenue actually is. I'm talking about $100,000 net in your account. If you look through my profile, you look through my YouTube, my Instagram, I talk about net profit. I don't ever talk about revenue. I never, ever, ever talk about revenue. That's because I want to be transparent. And so you might be looking at, oh, this guy made 500K in a month, but what was your net profit? Oh, yeah, bro, my revenue was this. What was your net profit? So you're getting distracted by people who, if you just focus on flipping land for the next 18 months, you will make so much more money than them net profit. Because my average ROAS on mail, on SMS, has been around anywhere from 7 to 10x for the last couple of years. Anywhere from 7 to 10x. And that's really on the low end. I don't see that anywhere else. I don't see that in any other business. So when you realize that, when you realize like, okay, this is a pretty low barrier to entry, all I need to do is talk to people. I don't need to set up all this complex stuff. I just need to have conversations, pick really good markets, have really good relationships, and close deals. That's it. And just be consistently doing it. Land flipping is considered a boring business as well because there's not all this flashy stuff. And that's fine. We want to keep the flashiness and the nonsense out of this business. I don't want all that in the business. We want to get wealthy. That's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to act like we're wealthy. We're not trying to flash our revenue numbers. We just want to get wealthy. We just want to make a lot of money. No BS, no nonsense. We just want to come in, get deals done, get rich, and do whatever we want to do with our life. That's why I make these videos, so that I can teach you guys how to do the exact same thing. So stop getting distracted by shiny objects. Stop going over here, going over there. Oh, maybe this will work. Maybe that'll work. I'm testing this, testing that. Just focus on marketing, talking to people, selling properties. Marketing, talking to people, selling properties. You focus on those three things, you will have $100,000 liquid very quickly in the next 3 months. Even if you don't join Landverse, you will likely have $100,000 liquid as fast as possible within the next 3 months just by following this video, just by following this. There's no secret sauce. There are definitely a lot of things that we implement at Landverse to help you get there faster. There's a lot of practice. There's a lot of directed coaching, directed consulting that you get when you join Landverse to get here very quickly. That's why you see our students winning so quickly. But this is all it takes. This is all it takes. Talk to sellers, have quality conversations, identify profiles, understand how to negotiate with sellers, frame your sellers. If it takes longer than it should, if you're not getting contracts right away, you need to keep following up with them. Keep following up, keep following up. I've said this before. I've had 100 touch points before I got a deal done. So are you willing to have 100 touch points before you get a deal done? Most people are not willing to do that. You have to be a part of the 1%. If you want to be a 1% earner, you need to have 1% habits. If you want to be a 1% earner, you need to have 1% follow-up. If you want to be a 1% earner, your mail needs to look like a 1% mailer. So there are things that we implement in order to make sure that our mailers don't look like anyone else's mailer. So that way when a seller opens our letter, even sees our envelope, they see a completely different thing than all the other 50 mailers that they might have gotten. And I've split tested this over and over and over again. If a seller opens our text, they're way more privy to respond to our text versus all the other text messages just because of all the testing that I've done. That's what you get at Lambers. You get the edge. You're getting the edge. You're getting the edge to making $100,000 liquid as fast as possible and building a multi six-figure profit land flipping business. So if you're a person that has at least $25,000 in the bank ready to invest in your business and in education, feel free to book a call with me below. I'm only taking people that fit that requirement. Anyone less, just watch my YouTube content. You're not ready for this yet. But if you're already at 25K liquid and you're looking to fast track yourself to $100,000 liquid as quickly as possible, book a strategy call with us below and we'll help you get there within the next 90 days. This has been Femi with Lamverse, and I'll see you in the next video.